Whole concept of what I call resist and transform. You must resist things in your life if you want to have any space in order to start making changes in your life. And so that's why I put together a whole procedure of doing this. But the big thing starts with something I call resistance training. And this is where you have to recognize that everything around you in this world wants to stop you from being successful. Now, I know that's a pessimistic way of looking at this universe and thinking, well, Brian, throw me a bone at least. But the truth is that the world likes you the way you are, and they're going to encourage that you stay in the status quo. That means your friends and family, they might love you, but they don't really want you to be massively successful because that scares them. They think maybe you won't hang out with them, maybe you'll remind them they're not pushing hard enough. Even at work likes to keep you doing your job for your same pay as long as possible. Everything in this world is designed to resist you becoming the best version of yourself. And so the beginning of this is to understand that to become something great, you are going to have to engage in daily resistance training. And that means you are going to have to start looking out for those things, and you're going to have to push through them. Now, the good news is it's not actually as hard as you think it is. But the truth is you must acknowledge to yourself that it's a fight every single day when you wake up. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to have to resist those bad behaviors, those negative thought patterns. When people around you give you negative energy and negative feedback, you're going to have to resist that. When you go to start a business, you're going to be thrown a bunch of monkey wrenches in the beginning. When you go to broadcast, you're going to be thrown that as well. When you go to start a new physical routine or a new diet routine, you're going to also have everything around you pushing back and saying, actually, we'd rather you not do this. And that's this concept of what I call resistance training. And once you flip that switch in your brain and realize that's the price of being successful, you look at each one of those sources of resistance as actually an opportunity. And I remember a great quote by Arnold Schwarzenegger. When he used to be pumping iron for Mr. Olympia, he said, I was smiling. Every rep I was smiling because I knew every rep was getting me closer to being on the stage and winning Mr. Olympia. So he used to say I was smiling when all the other guys in the gym were screaming and yelling and looking angry and pissed off. He's like, why? He said, you're focusing on the immediate moment, but Arnold was seeing the future. And so when I come into work every day at London Real, I want to face resistance. I want to face challenges. I want it to be the hardest day possible because I know if that's true, all the people that are trying to do what Brian is doing with London Real or with my life, they're going to quit because it's hard. And nothing worth doing doesn't have some obstacles. And so I welcome challenges and problems. And if I don't feel like I've solved a bunch of things or pushed myself when I wanted to quit, I actually don't feel like I've had a great day at work. It's got to be difficult, challenging. My brain's got to be scrambled. I've got to have problems left and right. That's when I know I'm pushing the envelope as far as I can. And so for you, I want you right now to start identifying where's the resistance going to be in your life. And I want you to put some comments in here. By the way, I'm getting great comments. I want to come to them shortly. What are you going to have to start doing when it comes to resistance training? Who is it? Is it you? What is it, the bad habit? Are you spending too much time on your phone? Is it your diet? Is it your movement practice? Who are the people in your life that you're going to have to resist? What are some of the negative thought patterns you're going to have to resist? If you want to build something like a business or a podcast or write a book, what are the things you're going to have to resist in order to get there? And then get that in your head that those are the resistance training methods that you're going to have to put into place every single day. So this is my first concept, and I wanted to play for you a video of one of my students. His name is Roger Frampton, and Roger came to me and had a big problem. He was a personal trainer. He's very successful. He had a very successful TED Talk that I actually helped him and coached him in doing, which required a lot of resistance training. It took us 14 months to get him on the TED stage. But he said, Brian, I'm still not able to make the money I need to make. I'm still selling my time for money as a personal trainer, and I hate it. And I said, okay, Roger, I'm going to bring you in my business accelerator, but it's going to be hard, and you're going to want to quit because you're not used to this resistance training. And I'm going to ask you to do things that make you uncomfortable. I'm going to ask you to push through. I'm going to ask you to do things you've never done before. But if you do these things, I'm going to give you a result at the end. And I hate to be a spoiler, but Roger ended up making $25,000 during the 8 weeks of the course, which was 10 times the price he paid for the course. And he ended up completely understanding how to build a business. And here's Roger Frampton going into a bit more detail about the process.
This course is not about who puts in the more time. It's all about who goes into the fear. All right, guys, let's talk about the standing position, which later we're going to be trying in restaurants. The fact that I just started blogging and then these people, you know, got involved and was like, oh, I just realized what you do. I was like, these people were out there the whole time. I really believe that my video series is going to completely change people's lives. I'm so glad I discovered human movement.
My job is to get you uncomfortable every single day of the course.
Getting someone to pay $2K, I just don't know how to ask for it.
If I can do that, by the end of the course, you will be something that you won't even recognize.
Can't fucking do it, man. All right, I've got 53 people. Before we had 11, starting now, 3, 2, 1. Boom! Can everybody hear me? So what we're gonna be going through today is something called Bulletproof the Body.
How many did you sell up to now?
20 grand.
$20,000.
Yeah.
Look, man, let's build something great together. Let's affect 1 million lives. Let's just really change the game.
And there was Roger Frampton, who really struggled when I asked him to charge $2,000 for one of his courses about 6 weeks into the Business Accelerator. He said, Brian, I feel so uncomfortable doing that. I said, Roger, you're an incredible trainer. People love your ideas, but you're too scared to raise your price point and deliver value when people are out there and they want you to. And once he crossed that barrier, he quickly made that $20,000, and he understood this concept of resist and transform. You've got to fight that resistance that's telling you, no, I can't do it. No, you're not ready yet. No, let's charge $20 for something. And you got to really push through. But once you do, you can transform your brain and transform your business immediately. So it's a great story and a great example. I hope you can take that into your life. Some great comments coming through here. I really appreciate these. These are amazing. I've got Malk on Instagram that says he wants to pursue something to become his new reality, I think is what he said. Third Coast says they want more clarity, energy, and confidence in 2020, which is great. Shaquille is saying London Real is his favorite podcast to watch. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And some other people are saying they're struggling with things like procrastination. Alfio says that as well. And Alan Faber says London Real has helped him become a better communicator. Look, I really appreciate that stuff. You really got to identify what is important for you in 2020 and realize that to get there, somewhere worth going, you're going to have to put in that resistance training. And you're going to start to identify what's holding you back every day. And that's really what I want to talk about more today.
We're in a dark age. We've lost our compass. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we want to go. What is to be done?
It's going to take some consciousness change to get us out of the box we're in.
La maldición de ayahuasca, nosotros podemos conectar con esa persona y le da cuenta dónde está la raíz del problema de él. Pues ahí se trabaja.
Sometimes I feel anxious and unappreciative of the things I have.
There's no such thing as work-life balance. There are work-life choices, and you make them and they have consequences.
What we don't understand about psychedelics is a very thick book. They can help you orient yourself morally, but look the hell out.
You don't always get what you want with ayahuasca, but you always get what you need.
The diseases of individual are the diseases of the world. Our culture, soul, is severely wounded.
Humanitarian crisis growing by the day.
Global warming is the greatest fraud that's been perpetrated on mankind this century.
When you take these lessons in, it's kind of a process to make sure that it comes into yourself. Some of the hardest work is when you go home. Integration means bringing things into the whole person.
Maybe we should be considering that the depth of human experience is more than just material things and technology and our egos.
We all get stuck in a mold. That's what can happen with ayahuasca. You get that mold, and she fucking smashes it on the floor. Now, what are you gonna do? Now, who are you?
Heavens are collapsing. This is the time to change. If you want to raise human consciousness, there has never been a better time.
La ayahuasca nos fortalece nuestra mente, nos abre nuestra creatividad, nuestro amor, nos conecta uno a uno mismo.
Treno ayahuasca supai kuna shamu ririri mu shamu Siji siji manjai jito shamu